You know, it's one of those fights that is very special because of what's at stake. So obviously the Muhammad Ali Trophy, Unified World Championships, but it's also a fight that I think's captured a whole continent. You know, it's the biggest fight I think that has ever been seen in Asia between two Asian fighters. Obviously we've got a huge history here of big fights. You know, our team hotel is opposite the Tokyo Dome where Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson some years ago now, and of course you've got Thriller Manila in the Philippines. So you've had massive fights in Asia, but I do think this is the biggest fight that Asia has ever seen between two Asians, and so much at stake, you know. So it feels very real now. It's all weighed in, you know. It's all been very pleasant between the two of them, very respectful. But at the weigh-in, the face-off was different. I noticed it, and I think a lot of people around who know boxing noticed it. There was certainly a very coolness between them today, and that respect is obviously still there. But you could feel the tension rising for the big fight now. You know, you feel that the tension between face-offs is always different. I feel between a press conference and a weigh-in. It's 24 hours to that first bell. They've been making weight. You know, but that look today between the two of them, as I said, that the respect, of course, is still there. But it was a very strong air of frostiness, and you could feel it off both of them that they can't wait for that first bell to go now. It's massive. I think it's some of the biggest press conferences I've ever seen in boxing, bigger than pay-per-view press conferences. Huge numbers turning out here, and it's media only, and you see why, because you'd probably have to rent a stadium if you did it with fans. You know, 22,000 people in that arena, totally sold out tomorrow night. I think we could have put it in something even bigger, but you know, at the end of the day, it's one of those events that through fight week, it has captured the nation. You really feel it. You know, opening the papers this morning, you don't have to open them because on the front page was already a picture of our wonderful Muhammad Ali Trophy. So, you know, it was, you know, the whole country is behind their man Inoue. You have Donaire, who has been there before. He has been there many more times, obviously, than Inoue has in these situations. And Donaire has won everything from multiple world titles at multiple weights to fighter of the year, to fight of the year, to KO of the year. So his CV is much more impressive than Inoue's, but we all know that the monster is coming tomorrow night, and it's going to be, you know, a question whether Inoue is able to, as he said at the press conference, climb that wall. You know, Donaire, interestingly, compared himself to building the wall, and you know, with all that experience, don't forget Donaire himself, massive puncher, especially at bantamweight, massive puncher. We saw that in the semi-final with that showreel knockout. But Inoue turned it round to make his statement, his challenge. You know, his challenge is, as he says, I'm going to climb that wall tomorrow. And for him, it's an honor to stand in the ring with him. That's what he said. And if you read into those words, at first you see it as a compliment, but actually it's a bit of Japanese psychological warfare going on there. You know, definitely Inoue is the attraction on the card. People want to see what this is all about. They've seen these times of, you know, incredible timings of stoppages. I think if he stops him in a round and a half, he's done it. He's won the Ali Trophy, all 3 rounds within 10 minutes. You know, it's astounding. I certainly don't expect that to happen. And I think that, you know, what makes this so interesting is that everyone knows Donaire. They know what he brings to the ring. So, you know, we're going to see a real clash of two fighters who are at very different points of their career, but have a huge amount of respect for each other, but at the same time know they're going to war tomorrow night.